What do you do if people criticize you? What do you do when people give you feedback? What do you do when people give you criticism? And the interesting thing about being in the gym with a whole pile of amazing sports people behind me, is that the gym, exercise and sport give us awesome feedback. When you get fit and strong, your body will tell you, and it gives you the feedback. I can go longer, I've got more energy, I don't get sick as often or never, I've got a low resting heart rate, I feel fantastic, I'm lean, all the things that happen when you are involved in a high intense activity, if you do sport, if you exercise, if you're healthy, fit and strong. So the feedback for those activities is that you feel fantastic. People are a bit of a different story. If you want to know that you're doing the right thing, if you want to know that you're on the right track, sometimes people are very happy to give us the feedback that we are on the wrong track. They're happy to criticize us because we're on the wrong track. They're happy to tell us that we are doing the wrong thing. So how do you handle that? First of all, do you like to get feedback? I call it feed forward because I like everything that happens in my life to take me forwards, not backwards. I appreciate all feed forward and I treat it as a special gift. And the reason is, have you ever tried to give somebody feedback, and felt uncomfortable about it? If somebody's prepared to give me feed forward, I feel very privileged and thankful for it because I know that it's complicated and difficult and uncomfortable and awkward to give it. And if I get defensive, if I get angry, if I want to argue with them and tell them that they're wrong, even if they are wrong, it means that in the future they'll never give it to me again. So could it be a great idea to treat all feedback as a special gift? How do we grow if we don't get it? And could it be, even if it's not true, even if we don't believe it, even if we don't want to believe it, is it possible that if we learn to accept it, that we become tougher, stronger, better people because of it? We get tougher skin, we get wiser and stronger. So there's two parts there. Number one, if it's not true, we don't have to take it on board. But rather than get defensive or argue with the person that's giving us criticism or feed forward, could it just be a good idea to say, thank you so much, I really appreciate how hard it is to give feedback, and I want to say thank you very much for giving it to me. If you've offended somebody, if you've hurt somebody, could it be a good idea to say that you are very sorry? And even if you think that the person's in the wrong, could it still be a good idea? Because if they've got offended, even if you didn't want to offend them, you did. I always say, I'm very sorry for the way I've made you feel. You don't have to apologise if you don't think you're in the wrong, but could it be a good idea to apologise if you've hurt somebody's feelings? So I'm very sorry for the way I've made you feel. So that's the information that's coming in. You're doing it wrong, you're not good enough, it's the wrong thing, you shouldn't be doing it that way. Criticism, feedback, people telling us, I don't like you. If you agree with what they're saying or what they're saying is true, could that be something to be really thankful for? Thank you so very much. You've made me realise that I was in the wrong, I did it wrong, I need to improve, I need to get better. And the beautiful side effect of that is it possible that if we accept feed forward like that, the people are more likely to give it to us. And then we're more likely to get better and better. So thank you very much for your feed forward. I'm going to grow and get better because of it. I didn't realise I was doing that. Because you pointed it out, I can now fix it, change it, make it better. If you don't agree with what the person is saying or what people say to you, there's a really great quote that makes so much sense to me. Never argue with an idiot, because then you'll have two idiots arguing. So even if somebody says something to you that isn't true, doesn't make sense, it's complete rubbish, if you say to somebody, that's not true, it's complete rubbish, you're wrong, is it possible that you'll just have two people arguing? And could that be a silly waste of time? As an old lady who's lived on the planet for a very long time, I'm very aware of how short of amount of time we have on the planet, and I don't want to waste any time arguing with people that are just trying to prove me wrong. Everybody has the right to their opinion. I respect that, and I respect everybody's right to tell me what they want to tell me. But I don't have to invest time there or waste time there if it's not going to add value to my life. And guess what? Neither do you. Woohoo! So if somebody's prepared to give you feedback, feed forward as I love to call it, if people are criticising you, if people want to tell you that you're doing something wrong, my simple step is this: thank you very much for your feed forward, I really appreciate it. What do you think I need to do? How would you like me to fix it for you? What's the outcome that you want to get? obviously everybody's got different opinions, different point of views. Doesn't matter which way you slice it, there's always two sides. People look at things from a different angle, from a different life experience. So it doesn't matter what I think. If somebody's prepared to give me information that could make my life better, or give me information to help fix something that's made them feel bad, all of that is a win-win for everybody. And it's only a lose for everybody if I get confrontational, if I want to justify, if I get defensive, because then we've got two people arguing. If you're in business and a customer or a client gives you feed forward, isn't that awesome? Because how can we get better at what we do if people don't tell us? And again, even if you think they're wrong, could it be a really good idea to say, thank you very much, I really appreciate what you've shared with me. So it's a very simple process, and the ultimate outcome is say thank you, because how can we get better if we don't get it? And if it's wrong, or if you think they're wrong, or you don't appreciate their opinion, could we just appreciate the fact that they're prepared to give it to us? And again, if you argue with an idiot, you've just got two idiots arguing, and they will probably beat you on experience every time. That's the second part of that quote. If your boss is prepared, your partner, somebody who's in a leadership role is prepared to give you feed forward, isn't that awesome? Because it means that they care about you. And I'll just give you a side note as an employer. There was a time in my life where I employed over 200 people at one time. I've employed people in health clubs all over the world, in different countries, in different languages. And it's very difficult to give people feed forward, and it's even more difficult if they get defensive or confrontational. And we don't want to do it. So what we do, if somebody's defensive one time, or if they act confrontational, we just don't give it anymore, which means that person can't get better. And it's also very likely that that person will either be losing their job pretty soon, or will be looking for a way to coach them off the team or get rid of them because they're not capable of receiving feedback, receiving feed forward. The other interesting one is, and you'll hear this quite regularly, make sure that you give positive feed forward in public, but negative or criticism in private. And as I always share, I've got a very few number of people in my life that I've shared this with, and they've grown stronger and better because of it. And this is something that I learned a very long time ago. I like to get my feed, because sometimes it can take you backwards if it hurts, but I like to get my feed forward in public because I like people to see how I respond or react. React is and I don't react, I respond. I say thank you, I appreciate your feed forward, thank you for the time for giving it to me, what can I do to fix it, how can we make it better, what's the outcome that you're looking for? And I like people to see that in public, so they can see that you can handle criticism, feed forward in a very mature and quiet, cool, calm and collected common sense way, rather than getting angry. And if you've ever been scared of giving somebody feed forward because you're scared they're going to get angry, or you are scared they're not going to handle it, here's a very personal question. Is it possible that the reason you have that feeling is because you don't handle feed forward very well? You don't want to give it because when somebody gives it to you, you don't like getting it. And I'll rephrase again, how can we get better? Is it possible that if we just live inside our own little head and we think we're awesome and everything we do is great, is it possible that we'll never grow and we'll never get better? So there's a beautiful quote that says, all feedback is a special gift regardless of how it's given. And sometimes it comes wrapped in horrible comments, it comes wrapped in nasty people yelling and screaming, it comes wrapped in aggressive people being horrible to you. But all of it is a special gift because it could help you grow. And even if the only thing that it helps is help you become tougher and stronger, wiser, have tougher skin, be able to handle challenges better, then surely it's a great thing. So could we be thankful for all feedback because it's a special gift? I call it feed forward because I like it to drive me forward. And here's another really interesting thing to consider. Is it possible that if you are looking for a leadership role, if you're looking for a management role, if you're looking to be paid more money, if you're looking for people to respect you, that they will look at how you handle feedback? How did she handle that situation when somebody criticised her, when they pulled her down, when they said something nasty about her on social media? How did she handle it? And I'll share again, because I'm standing in my gym with all these amazing sports people behind me. I absolutely love sport because it's such a pure form of feedback. If you score a goal, the crowd cheers. If you make a mistake, the crowd gets angry. Particularly, I live in New Zealand, and if the All Blacks make a mistake in rugby, the crowd gets very angry. If you're a sports person, if you kick a goal, you get a point. That's the feedback for your hard work. If you have a low heart rate, it means that you're fit. That's great feedback on your hard work. But life doesn't work like that with people. With people, we have to be tough, we have to be strong, we have to be wise, we have to be mature, we have to be cool, and we have to be calm. And there's some of the words that if you talk to the people that get paid more money, who are in leadership roles, who have large responsibility, who people look up to, it's usually because they can handle those situations effectively. I was taught a very long time ago that the 3 words for leadership is that you can remain cool, calm and collected with common sense under pressure. And I would like to be that person. How about you? So I get excited about feed forward. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I love it when people give me feed forward. Woohoo! Ha ha ha.